My name is Lisa, and I'm a working mom who does my job from home every day. My family consists of my husband Yoshi, our daughter Madison, and my mother-in-law, 4 of us in total. Yoshi is very supportive when it comes to raising our child, and my mother-in-law absolutely adores Madison.
Hey, Mom. Grandma brought me some sweets as a gift.
Oh, that's great. Did you remember to say thank you?
Yep. I made sure to say it.
Thank you so much, Mother.
We really appreciate it. Madison is always so happy when you bring her treats.
Oh, it's nothing. Madison is so well-behaved and such a smart little girl.
Our home always had this kind of lively and cheerful atmosphere. But even in such a happy life, I had one particular concern.
Lisa, dear, that remote work thing you do, I don't really mind, but you'd earn a lot more if you worked outside the home, right?
Are you talking about my salary? I'm just working from home instead of at an office, so in terms of income.
Sometimes it looks like you're just chatting away happily on the screen, though. If you're just having fun and relying on Yoshi's income, that's going to be a problem,
Yes, I can see how that would be an issue. It seemed like my mother-in-law wasn't too pleased with the fact that I worked from home. She thought the online meetings I attended were just me having fun and didn't take my job seriously. The constant nagging was really stressful and made every day difficult for me. To be honest, it was interfering with my work a lot, so I talked to Yoshi about it. So, could you ask her not to bother me so much? And maybe if you explain to her what working from home actually involves, she might understand.
You probably said something harsh that upset her, right?
I didn't say anything. If anything, I'm the one getting talked down to. So?
Mom's got way more experience with life and being a housewife. Considering that, maybe instead of telling Mom what to do, you should be the one to make some changes.
And just like that, Yoshi kept siding with his mother without understanding my situation. A few days later, as I went to the living room to make some coffee.
Hey, Lisa dear, I got the application forms for a private kindergarten.
Take a look at this. This place has a great reputation for providing an excellent education.
A private kindergarten? What are you talking about? Madison is already going to kindergarten.
Oh, it's simple, we can just transfer her to the new one. This kindergarten is way better than that noisy place she's in now.
Transfer her? Madison has made so many friends at her current kindergarten. She always comes home excited to tell me about who she played with and what they did together. If we move her, she'll just feel lonely, so absolutely not.
She'll only be lonely at first. Before you know it, you'll be glad we enrolled her in this new kindergarten.
No, I won't. Madison is happy where she is, so I'm completely against it. My mother-in-law and Yoshi were getting all excited about transferring Madison to a private kindergarten. I was shocked to hear this and firmly opposed the idea. The conversation ended for the moment, probably because I was so firm about it, but the next day.
Lisa dear, about yesterday's discussion, you need to transfer Madison to that private kindergarten as soon as possible.
What? Are we seriously talking about this again? I have no intention of agreeing to that.
What are you saying? Nothing's moving forward because of you?
I've said it before, and I'll say it again, Madison is not transferring. Frankly, Yoshi's salary can't cover it anyway.
What are you talking about? Yoshi makes 600,000 yen a month. And you, with your measly little income, always going on about work. From where I stand, you are nothing but a freeloader. How dare you act all high and mighty?
Mother, I'm not a freeloader. It seems hard for you to understand, but I'm actually working.
Locked up in a room all day, working. Ha! Don't make me laugh. Oh, how infuriating it is to have a disrespectful daughter-in-law like you.
Even if you say that.
If only you were a more elegant and charming woman, I could brag about you to the neighbors. I've got it. I should find Yoshi a new wife.
What?
Yes, that's it. Lisa, you need to divorce Yoshi. Get out of here, you parasite.
A parasite. Mother, this is just too much.
Don't you get it? You are nothing but a burden to Yoshi. What could you possibly do when you can't even read the room?
But
With Yoshi's salary, he could easily attract a beautiful woman. And for that to happen, you need to get out of the way right now.
Feeling that I had reached my limit after what she said, I divorced Yoshi. Fortunately, I found an ideal place, and Madison and I moved in to start our new life together. Madison was all smiles, saying how much fun it was to live with just the two of us. Her adorable smile brought me so much comfort, and we both enjoyed our new life together. Then, a few months later.
Hello, Lisa. What on earth did you do?
What do you mean? I divorced Yoshi, moved into a new place.
That's not what I'm talking about. The house. The electricity, gas, and water, they've all been shut off and nothing works. This is your doing, isn't it?
What? I haven't done anything.
Don't lie to me. I see what this is. You are trying to get back at us because Yoshi divorced you so easily, aren't you?
I'm telling you, I didn't do anything. Stop accusing me.
Then who else could it be?
I don't know. I'm not involved, and I have no interest in getting involved.
What's with that attitude? Listen, I thought something was broken, so I had a repairman come and check everything thoroughly. But everything was fine. So the only person left to blame is you, Lisa.
Well, it makes sense nothing's broken, probably just that the utilities were shut off because you didn't pay the bills.
Unpaid bills? That can't be right. This has never happened before.
That's not my concern. I really have nothing to do with it, so maybe you should ask Yoshi?
Oh, for heaven's sake. Fine, I'll ask Yoshi, but you are coming over here too. If this turns out to be your fault, I'll never forgive you.
How many times do I have to say it's not me?
Enough with the excuses. Get over here right now.
After my mother-in-law ranted at me, she abruptly hung up the phone. However, I thought this was a good opportunity, so I headed over to their house as she demanded. When I entered the living room and called out,
How long does it take you to get here?
Hey! Explain what's going on here.
like I said over the phone, the utilities were cut off because the bills weren't paid. Just contact each company, have them resend the payment slips, and pay the bills, problem solved.
But Yoshi makes 600,000 yen a month, so there's no way we couldn't pay the bills.
You're mistaken. I'm the one who makes 600,000 yen a month.
Stop lying. You're just a shut-in, a freeloader.
I've told you multiple times that I work from home. If you don't believe me, why don't you check Yoshi's bank account right now?
Fine, I will. Let's see. Balance, 20 yen, and his monthly salary is 150,000 yen, but it's supposed to be 600,000 yen. What's going on?
He quit his previous job, remember? Now he makes 150,000 yen a month.
But 150,000 yen isn't enough to live on. And you're telling me you're the one making 600,000 yen. How is that possible?
It's because I work in design.
Design. So you really were working from home. Why didn't you tell me something so important? That's the first thing you should have said.
I've explained it countless times, but you never once tried to listen. Do you know what Yoshi does? As soon as he gets paid, he spends it all right away.
So that means...
Yes. That's why the balance is down to 20 yen. We've been living off my salary.
What's wrong with spending the money I earned however I want?
Enough already, you reckless spender.
Hey, anyone who's mean to mommy won't be forgiven by Madison.
Both my mother-in-law and Yoshi were shocked when they learned the truth. However, despite everything, they kept blaming me and boasting about their own earnings. Just then, Madison and someone else stepped in.
You're not allowed to complain about mommy.
Madison? What are you doing here, and who's that guy?
This is my childhood friend, Noah. He's a certified daycare worker, and he's been spending a lot of time playing with Madison lately.
Nice to meet you. I'm Noah, Lisa's childhood friend who knows her better than you do. I was just playing with Madison today. I drove Lisa here and waited in the car, but when she didn't come out, I decided to check in.
Excuse me. I don't care if you're a daycare worker or whatever, but this is none of your business, so please leave.
It's hard to keep quiet when I'm this angry. You guys were the ones who treated Lisa like a parasite and kicked her out.
Well, she's divorced, so of course, Lisa had to leave.
Mother doesn't understand my work at all. And Yoshi, you always side with her, so it's impossible to have a conversation.
That's only because you're bad at explaining things, so Mom couldn't understand.
I think working from home instead of at an office is pretty straightforward.
Honestly, in this day and age, not understanding remote work is a bit ridiculous.
Well, what do you expect? I'm from the show era, not like Lisa.
That has nothing to do with it.
That's not an excuse. It just shows your lack of knowledge and understanding. And yet you've had the nerve to complain about Lisa all this time.
Yoshi, did you even think about how Mother would manage after our divorce?
I thought about it, but I assumed she'd be fine using my savings account.
You can't live on assumptions. How could you even think about sending Madison to a private kindergarten with that mindset?
That was before we got divorced, so it doesn't matter now.
It absolutely does matter since I'm the one who would have to pay for it. Yoshi hadn't thought at all about how he'd support himself after the divorce. He also hadn't realized that the 600,000 yen monthly income they had been relying on was actually my earnings. I was utterly shocked at how careless Yoshi was, but as for my mother-in-law,
Lisa, I didn't know anything. You must realize by now that it's impossible to live on just Yoshi's salary. So for my sake, please come back home immediately.
no way. If I can help it, I never want to come back to this house again. But there were things I needed to say, so I came today, knowing it would be the last time. Living with a son who blows through money and a mother who constantly interferes with my work? Never again.
Lisa! How dare you talk to my mother like that?
Who do you think you are? If you're free to spend the money you earn, then Lisa should have the same right.
Lisa is different. I'm the breadwinner of this house.
Lisa is the breadwinner. You didn't contribute a single yen to the household expenses.
Yoshi, were you really relying entirely on Lisa for the living expenses?
Well, yeah. But we're married, so Lisa's salary is basically mine too, right?
If that's the case, then your salary should have been mine as well, and you should have contributed all of it, don't you think?
That's a total boomerang, Daddy.
Even Madison's calling you out. How pathetic.
The electricity and other utilities will be restored as soon as you pay the bills. Oh, and for the gas, you'll need to contact the gas company to have it turned back on, so make sure you call them once you've paid.
Lisa, what do you mean you're leaving?
I've said everything I needed to.
You can't leave. What will happen to me and Yoshi? We don't have any money.
That's not my problem.
You've got to be kidding. If you leave, I won't be able to buy presents for Mom anymore.
What? Mom.
Are you American?
What's wrong with calling her Mom?
It turned out that Yoshi was a mama's boy, something I had no idea about. I was completely shocked, but since I had no intention of returning to this house. I don't care if Yoshi is a mama's boy or whatever. If you want to buy something nice for your beloved mom, maybe you should work on increasing your income.
How am I supposed to do that? I'm already busy with my current job.
Then why don't you switch to a better paying job?
Wouldn't it be faster if you just came back or sent us money every month instead of me changing jobs?
Are you out of your mind? You've been dumping all the childcare on Lisa and relying on her for living expenses. It's time you handled things on your own.
That's why getting back together with Lisa is the easiest solution, isn't it?
Exactly. That would be the quickest and simplest way.
That is never going to happen. Mother, why don't you get a job yourself?
Oh no, I'm too old for that now.
Is that so? Well, even with just 150,000 yen, I'm raising Madison, and you're getting some pension, so if you cut back, you can make it work.
That's not going to happen. I've got debts, you know. Haha.
Debts. That's the first I've heard of it.
Oh, I almost forgot. The shoddy construction of this house has been exposed, and they said it needs immediate repairs, including plumbing work. The repair cost is 5 million yen.
5 million yen. There's no way we have that kind of money.
You lived here for a few years too, so you should pay up.
I'm not part of this family anymore. You'll have to figure out how to pay for it yourselves.
Mommy, I'm hungry. Let's go home.
All right then. Looks like we're done here, so let's go. And hey, good luck with whatever you two do from now on.
Yoshi's low salary was shocking enough, but then the debt and the fact that the house was a defective build came to light. My mother-in-law was clearly panicking, and even Yoshi seemed to finally grasp how serious the situation was.
Lisa, please, you can work at home as much as you want. Just come back.
No, thanks.
Don't say that. Let's all live together as a happy family of 4 again.
Madison likes it better with just me and Mommy, so I don't want to live here.
Oh, that's too bad. Looks like you'll have to give up since Madison doesn't want to stay.
Come on, Madison, don't say that.
Madison, Grandma will buy you more treats, so please come back.
You're seriously trying to bribe her with snacks?
We really can't make it on my income alone. We need Lisa's earnings to survive.
Well, that sounds tough. You'll have to figure it out, maybe take on some side jobs or something.
Don't be so mean. You need to say something to convince her, Noah.
Lisa, let's go home.
No, I mean convince her to get back together with Yoshi.
Why would I ever help you with that? You're out of your mind.
It's all my fault. I'm begging you, please, support us again.
No matter how much you beg or cry, it's not happening. You brought this on yourselves.
I promise I won't nag you anymore, just forgive us.
Nope, not going to happen. From now on, you two can figure it out and live together as mother and son. That's how Madison and I are living, and we're having a great time.
There's no way I can do that with Yoshi. His income is too low, and he's in debt.
That's not my problem. I'm really leaving now.
Thanks for having us. Bye-bye, both of you.
Both my mother-in-law and Yoshi were devastated, as if their lives had come to an end. My mother-in-law started working to make a living, but she was overworked at her job, and her strength was always at its limit. With Yoshi's debt, they couldn't afford to repair the house, which continued to deteriorate. The house suffered from leaks, drafts, and eventually even the floors started to slope, with mold growing everywhere. And so, my mother-in-law and Yoshi lived a miserable life in a crumbling home, with no money and no hope. As for Madison and me,
When I grow up, maybe I'll become a daycare teacher too.
Oh, well, when that time comes, I'll help you with your studies.
oh, how wonderful, Madison.
Yeah, it's so much fun playing with Noah. So I want to become an adult who makes others feel the same way.
Madison, you really think that?
Yep, I love Noah because he's always fun and smiling.
Hearing that makes me so glad I became a daycare teacher.
Wait, Noah? Are you crying?
I'm just so happy my tears are flowing.
Madison and I continued to enjoy our happy days together. When my work got busy, Noah would look after Madison for me. But as time went on, I noticed that Noah was around even on days when I wasn't busy. Madison seemed delighted by this and was always by Noah's side. Watching the two of them play together so joyfully filled me with happiness, and I made a strong vow to myself to raise Madison with all the love and care I could give. If you enjoyed this video, we'd be thrilled if you subscribed to our channel. Subscribing means you'll receive notifications for new videos, keeping you in the loop with all our latest content. Your support is vital to our growth. Let's enjoy and grow together.